So I wanted to come on and do a first impression video for the new Costco Kirkland signature set. The box looks like this. The set looks like this. I hope you guys can see it. And this edition comes with 10 deluxe brushes with a designer bag. So let me just open up and show you what the brushes look like, as well as my first impressions. Now, the first thing that I will tell you is that this brush set costs $24.99 at my local Costco's. It is readily available and it is not online for some reason. Now, I will say that in prior years, other than earlier this year when I showed you guys the what I thought would be the 2011 brush set, which makes it hard for me to name this video, so I guess I'll name this the 2011 second edition brush set from Costco Kirkland. Yeah, when I did that one was available online. This one is not available online. Don't know why, don't know if that's going to change, but yeah, this particular brush set is again mixing the natural and the synthetic brush hairs, and like I said, it comes with 10 brushes and a awesome cosmetic designer. It's supposed to be designer bag, but mine don't say who was designer by. Anyway, so let's start with the brush bag. The brush bag looks like this, and it's a really dark eggplant purple. Not sure if my camera is picking up the eggplant in this, but it's a really dark eggplant purple. When you open it up, it looks like this. And it has a slot for 9 brushes. So here's the flap and the slots for the 9 brushes. It has this really nice pocket that is Velcro and that you can remove to store makeup items in it. It looks like that. Has like a little mesh pocket on the front and a little Velcro piece on the back. And you basically just slap it. Just slap it right there and roll your brush bag back up. So I think this is a really great plus for Costco's. Also, with my last Costco review and the brush bag or the cosmetic roll that came with it, it smelled so horrendous. Like, I thought I was choking. This one, no smell at all. So I do really like the cosmetic bag that they offered with this set this year. So this is definitely a perk. Now onto the brushes. So like I said, there are 10 brushes and there are 5 face brushes. The brushes this year are a mix of synthetic and natural hair, again, like the earlier edition this year. And the handles are a little unique. They're like eggplant plastic handles. That's probably not a good term, but I'll just let you see. Like, I don't know if you guys could see that. It's like a clear coating around the purple that's there. If that makes sense at all. Like, if I stand it up, I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see this like clear and purple? I hope y'all can see that. I love these handles because they're different and they match very nicely with the bag because they're that dark plum eggplant looking color. This particular brush, I'll start with this one since I'm holding it in my hand. This particular brush is the cheek brush, but I could also see myself using this as a foundation brush because it has that flat top. So it makes it really good for applying, you know, your blush or applying your bronzer if you wanted to use it for bronzer, as well as all over powder. I have washed all of these brushes. I've used a couple of these brushes and I'll show you the ones that I've used. And I really like that they washed well. They did not shed. The only one that shed a hair, one single hair, was this one, which is the skunk brush. And this is called the finishing brush. But it's a standard brush that they always include in every one of their sets. Super soft, feels really nice on the skin. They're heavy duty. I like heavy duty brushes. They're heavy duty, they're sturdy. None of the hairs bled, as well as none of the hair shed. This one only shed 1 hair out of all these brushes that I'm about to show you. So here's the cheek brush, which is basically like your buffer brush that you can use to apply cheek color and or all over powder. And here is your finishing brush, which is your standard skunk brush. The next brush is the powder brush. Oh, now I talked about it not shedding when I washed it, but here is 2 hairs right there. This is the powder brush, super soft, Very soft to the skin. I can see myself using this to apply translucent powders under my eye area, as well as to apply my all over powder if need be. I don't normally use these type of powder brushes. It's great to have them. I like to use them on other people, but on myself I always tend to go to the denser buffer brushes, kabuki brushes, of that, whatever. But this is super nice. Like it a lot. The next brush is your foundation brush, foundation slash concealer brush, and it is a pointed foundation slash concealer brush that is synthetic. Super nice. I like it. I can definitely see myself using this under my eye area to blend out concealer. Very nice brush to have. The next brush is this little guy, and this is the highlighting fan brush. And I think that this is absolutely perfect for traveling when you want to have something to apply your highlighter, because it pretty much does the work for you. You apply the product on and you just go like that. You're highlighting right down the bridge of your nose, you know, on the little areas where you want to highlight. So I think this is absolutely perfect brush for this set. And I think this is the first time that I've ever seen Costco include this type of brush. The next brush is the contour kabuki brush, which is basically an angled kabuki brush. This one is synthetic, I believe. Yeah, it's synthetic. You can tell by the way the hairs look. Most natural hair brushes don't have like waves. This is synthetic, super soft, like amazingly soft. I can see this being great for contouring, as well as using for all over powder. I know that I would definitely use this to apply powder all over my face. So those are the face brushes. Now moving on to the eye brushes. There are 4 eye brushes included in this set, and the first one here is called the all over eye brush, which is your basic lid color brush if you ask me. It's kind of densely packed, so I think it'll be really good at applying color onto your lids. The next brush that they included is an angled eye brush. And this is a natural hair brush, which will be great at blending out your crease. For some people, they may even be able to use this to do a nice cut crease. The next brush included in this is the liner brush, which is your standard liner brush. This one is square, so I can see a lot of people using this to apply liner on the top and bottom lashes, as well as some people will use this brush to apply concealer under their brows to shape and groom their brows. Very nice brush. I love that it's a little thinner. Sometimes these flat liner brushes can be a little too wide. This one is kind of tapered at the top. Really nice brush. And the last brush, which actually happens to be my favorite brush, only because I'm a crease blending brush fanatic, and this is the crease eye brush. So it is a pointed eye brush that works perfectly for blending out colors in your crease, especially for those who have smaller lids or who like to concentrate their color right in their bridge transition area, whatever you want to call it, or right on your outer V. What I like about this brush set that's a little bit different than the last brush set is that the brush heads are way smaller than the last brush set. Now, I personally like the earlier version that Costco released this year because of the ginormous size of the brushes. So let's take, for example, this is the Borghese 200 eye powder fluff brush that came out with the version earlier this year, and here is the new one that came out with the Kirkland version. So you can see that you're not getting what you got in the last set. This brush is ginormous, and for persons who have small lids, who have small eyes, they couldn't do anything with this except use this as an all over wash of color brush. Whereas this brush, you're going to be able to be a little bit more detailed. So I do think that Costco really listened to some of the reviews of the last brush set and just made the brush heads and the size of the brushes a little bit smaller, which I definitely like. Again, this is the second edition 2011 Costco Kirkland brush set. It is now available at your local Costco's for $24.99. This is my initial reaction. I've only used a couple of these brushes. I've used this brush, I've used this brush, as well as the liner brush. And so far, so good. I like them. As you guys know, I collect these brushes. So that's my first impression, guys. If you have any questions and or concerns, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.